Welcome back, everybody. Mission number 7, Deception. By the way, past 1,000 subs. I really appreciate everybody's support. And if you are new here, welcome. Current playthrough of the First and Weasels over Syria campaign. Let's go ahead and get on with it.
Hotel 4 ground, Sword 2-1 requesting startup.
Sword 2-1 cleared for engine start.
Alright, this mission, we are supporting an airbase strike at Tiyas, at the Tiyas Airbase.
Sword 2-1 starting up.
We are doing SEAD support for that strike. Waiting for the RPM to stabilize at 20. Just above 20, stabilized, and advancing the throttle.
RPM rising. Good start.
Alright, we gotta check in with Sword Flight. Get everything turned on first, and then I'll check in. 27.
Sword 2-2 lead, radio check.
Limit Charlie for us.
Copy, Bug. I'll take off first, follow me up, and we'll form up during departure.
Sword 2-2.
Alright, Bug. Alright, we gotta align the helmet mounted queuing system real quick. Oops, wrong button. There we go. It's on. There we go. Hold it in the middle. Hit enter. The alignment's okay. Mode select. Mode select. Lining up the top cross to the center. With the radar cursor, it's kind of touchy. There we go. Mode select, mode select. Now the bottom cross for the roll. Alright, helmet mounting queuing system is aligned. There we go. And our INS is aligned. So we can go into nav mode. Just looking around the cockpits, there's always times where I feel like I'm missing something. Alright, we are on ground frequency, which is VHF channel 1. Alright, let's go ahead and call for taxi.
Hotel 4 ground, Sword 2-1 requesting taxi clearance.
Sword 2-1, you are cleared for taxi.
Okay. We are cleared to roll.
Sword 2-1.
Alright, so, like I said, this mission we are supporting the strike at Tiyas, and this is going to be a fun one. I have to sneak in low. Once I get to waypoint 2, I got to go down to 2,500 feet, and I got to stay low and use a ridge line to hide behind. TALDs are going to be launched in from the north from F-18s. I've got 2 CBU 105s and 2 Mavericks on board. And once the TALDs are released, they are the decoy for me to pop up over the ridge at steer point 4 and attack. There's an SA-6 and an SA-15 as my target.
Hotel 4 Tower, Sword 2-1 requesting takeoff.
Sword 2-1, you are cleared for takeoff on runway 28. Wind 292 for 6 knots. Altimeter 2977.
Sword 2-1.
All right. All right, let's do it.
Sword 2-1 rolling.
Pulling to the left quite a bit. Had some weird stuff going on with my throttle there for a second.
Sword 2-1, wheels up.
Okay, per the departure, I'm going to stay runway heading-ish and stay below 4,000. And then at about 5 miles, I'll call departure.
Hotel 4 departure, Sword 2-1 departing from runway 28.
Sword 2-1, turn heading 050. Climb flight level 190.
Turn 050, climb flight level 190, Sword 2-1.
All right, 19,000, 050 on the heading.
Sword 2-1, continue on heading 050.
050, Sword 2-1. Okay, so what I need to do is I have a time on station I have to meet at steer point 4, so I'm going to put that in here in the briefing. It says I need to be there between 12:24 and 12:25, so I'm going to enter 12:24 as my desired time on station at that steer point. Bingo for this flight is 4,000, not 400.
Sword 2-1, Hotel 4 departure heading off.
All right. Okay. So I'm assuming head to steer point 1. Proceed on your briefed flight plan. All right, we're heading to steer point 1. Going to COM 2, channel 7, COM 1, channel 2. So channel 7 is the sword flight, interflight radio on VHF. UHF channel 2 is going to be Sentinel.
2 lead switch Sentinel on uniform.
Copy. 2 set.
Sentinel, Sword 2 is airborne and on mission 0941. Request words.
Sentinel, Sword 1 and 3 are reporting mission success. Mavs between Level 5 are on mission and ready to proceed. Sword 2, you are clear to proceed as well.
Copy, Sentinel. Sword 2 is proceeding.
All right.
Okay, sounds like they got the job done. Now it's our turn to step up.
Copy, Bug. Let's check in with vacuum, see what we're dealing with.
Copy, switching on uniform.
Okay, vacuum is UHF channel 3.
Vacuum, Sword 2-1, request lowdown Sierra.
Stand by, lowdown Sierra. Six 4 195 to 68, tight. 4 lucky week. Talk to me, 162-76 type, and low down.
Copy, vacuum. Sword 2 out.
Good, that's Sword 2. Vacuum out. Okay, sounds like the only SAMs that are currently up are around Homs.
Got it, bud. Sure that's gonna change soon enough.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, let's focus now. Proceeding on flight plan. Rendezvous with Spartan is 1220 Zulu.
Copy, Forrest.
Alright, when I checked in with Sentinel, I forgot to start my climb, so I'm going to climb up to Angels 25, and as soon as I check in with Sentinel that I'm on mission, when it went dark, shut the lights off. So that's where we're heading at right now. We're about to pass steer point 1, heading to steer point 2. Once I get to steer point 2, I got to drop down to 2,500 feet. Looks like I got the H models on today.
Waypoint 2 is 15 miles ahead. Switch to red 1 on uniform.
Copy.
There we go.
2 sets.
Spartan 3, Sword 2-1, approaching RV point.
Copy, Sword 2-1. Bomber 3 is in position and ready to proceed.
Copy, Spartan. Stand by, push on my mark. Okay, 2, vents in.
Alright, I see Spartan right below my nose. Your push time is 12:20. Alright. So we're gonna hang out here. We got 2 minutes until push. Then I'll contact them on the F10 menu. Yep. 5 seconds. There it is. Pushing.
Spartan 3, Sword 2 is pushing.
Bomb 3 pushing.
Follow brief flight plan. Make sure you keep below 2,500 MSL and stay masked from Tiyas. Do not commence your pop-up before your TOT at 12:24. Abort the mission anytime F10 menu. Let's go ahead and get my radar altimeter up. Okay, right now we are heading straight at steer point 3.
Altitude.
I'm going to pull up the cruise time on station for steer point 4. Got to kick it up. My required ground speed to be on desired time on station is 700 knots ground speed, so I'm pushing it right now.
Chaff flare.
Didn't mean to hit the chaff and flare. So in between 24 and 25. So right now I'm showing ETA of 24:31. So that's still good to make it there on time.
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
Just watching my HSD. Alright, there's steer point 3 heading to 4. Winds are really bumpy down here. I see the ridge straight ahead, so that's the ridge I'm supposed to hide behind, which I am now. Flying in between 2 SAM sites. The music is on. I'm at full military power. I'm at 8.8 on the fuel, 4K bingo. Kind of getting behind on the time. Oh, we got some ground vehicles here. Watching to make sure they don't shoot at me. I don't want to burn too much down here as I'm burning 80,000 pounds of gas per hour, so I'm just trying to get my time closer to 24. I'm at 24:33 now. That's good. The Talds should be in the air. Seven miles to my pop-up point, and then I will select steer point 5. I'm good on time. Looks like an SA-8 to my to the north. Here comes the pop-up right here at this ridge line, and I'm right on time.
Waypoint 4 ahead, ready to pop.
Decoys in the air. We're clear to pop.
Here we go.
Okay, we've got an SA-6 and an SA-15 indications from Tiyas.
Right there. I think that's the 6. SA-6 harm.
Sort 2-2, engage. SA-6.
Copy. 2 engaging.
There's 15, I believe. I believe that's the 15. Had kind of a lag spike there for a second.
Sword 2-2, Magnum, SA-6, Tiyas.
No, I think those are launchers.
SA-6 radar powered down. Push in and finish it off.
Alright, I'll get it. That's him right there. I have to wait until I'm closer to lock him up, so that way I have to be 7 miles for the auto handoff to the Maverick. I'm at 11. Seven miles is way too close for comfort, but that's what I gotta do. I'm not going to overfly the airfield. Once I get this shot off, I'm gonna turn out. Alright, I gotta do some moving, as I just saw a AAA shot by me. Oh, that's great. There it is. There we go.
Sword
Rifle.
2-1, rifle.
Whew, I got lucky on that, finding that real quick. 15 spiking.
SAM launch, SA-15. SAM launch, SA-15.
Where is he at? There it is. See if I can't tell him to launch at him.
Sword 2-2, engage, SA-15.
Copy, 2 engaging.
I kind of seen where he's at. Let's see if I can't get a mark point real quick with the HUD.
Sword 2-2, Magnum, SA-15, Tiyas. Sword 2-2, Winchester.
He was in that vicinity there. Steer point
SA-15 is
26.
powered down. Kill it while we can.
Is that him right
I'm
there?
cover. Available if you need me.
That's got to be it, right?
Sword 2-1, rifle.
Rifle. I think that's the SA-15 there. Alright. Bug is Winchester. F-10 options available to him to choose. I can utilize him. I think basically I can have him go in there and distract everything. Pretty sure that's the 15. Got a nice Maverick launch on him. Got it.
SA-15 is history. Both SAMs down. Primary threats eliminated.
Alright, so I'm going to use my CBUs to take out the rest of the SAM
All players,
vehicles.
Sword 2-1, Tiyas threats destroyed.
Copy, Sword 2-1. Level 4, Hammer 3, you are clear to proceed. Sword 2 will continue to cover you during your rule period. Level 4 copy. Hammer 3.
Bug, set up high cover 5 miles west of the base, Eagles 2-5. I'll push and hold 5 miles east. Hold there and we'll watch for pop-up threats.
Copy, Forrest.
Hold over Tiyas and cover the strike. Alright. I want to drop. I want to drop one of my CBUs on this on the rest of these launchers here. Let's get some eyes on some stuff. That's 2-7. 2-8. I'm just scrolling that dot across the ground to what I can see visually. And I'm just putting down mark points on some stuff that I can see. 2-7. I think that's a radar system there. I'm gonna drop on that early warning radar. Yep. I'm gonna drop on that radar dish. One of 5 away on the radar. Yep.
Flares, break.
Ooh, something just launched right below me. That was close. Get another mark point. That fire control radar. Did I get that radar? Yes, I did get that one. All right, 2-9. How's my fuel looking? 5.5, 4K bingo. We got another fire control radar down there. I think that might have been a man pad that shot at me. But the fire control radar down there, the fire can, I think there is some extra, I think there are some radar guided AAA in this area.
Level 4 commencing attack.
What is this over here?
Hammer 3 pushing the target.
Can't really tell what's over there. Trying to find that radar system. Alright, there's some triples. There's some guns right there.
Devil 4 is in.
Copy, Devil 4 is in. Right now, I'm just looking for any radar systems that I can find. Let's see what's over here.
Hammer 3 is in.
Boom! Look at that. Hell yeah, boys. I can't find that radar.
Devil 4 off target.
Nicely done.
Hammer 3 targets destroyed. Pushing north.
Okay, 2. Strikers are pushing north. We'll escort them out.
Copy.
Alright, I'm going to drop my other can on this guy real quick. Follow strikers north and escort him out of the target area. You know what? No. I'm not going to drop it just in case I need to help these guys with something. I really want to, but I don't know if something's going to come up here that I'm going to need that 105. Better play it safe and just head out with these guys. You guys got lucky. I needed to save one. Alright, how's my fuel? I'm just about at bingo.
Mud 8. Total 142 for 71. And no threat to strikers, but looks like we've got a dog ear radar supporting it as well.
Copy, Bug. That's quite far north. Might be a problem for our patrols. Sentinel, did you copy Sword 2-2's last transmission?
Copy, Sword 2-1. Are you able to prosecute?
SA-8 and dog ear threats respond using the F10 menu. I am just about bingo. I will have to RTB. So if I select yes, do I have to go get him now, or can I go and get fuel first? That's my question. Because I need fuel. Whoa. I want to go take care of it, but I need to get fuel. I'm almost bingo. You know what? I'm about bingo.
Negative, Sentinel. We need to RTB.
Yep.
Copy, Sword 2-1. You are clear to RTB. Keep clear of the get-go. We'll task someone else to deal with.
Copy all, Sentinel. Sword 2-1 out.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to let me refuel first, or because I'm screwed if I have to go deal with that now and I can't
Okay,
go
Bug,
refuel.
back on me. Battle damage check. Switch Victor comms back to Swords Freak.
Copy.
Really wanted to go after that SA-8, but what I suspect that was going to happen was the strikers are pushing north, and so I wouldn't have time to go refuel and then go take care of the SA-8. That would be my guess. I don't know that for sure, but that's kind of what I'm feeling was going to happen, is it expected me to go get it right now, even though I needed to go get some fuel. So went ahead and did the prudent thing, I guess you could say, is went ahead and told him no, I needed to RTB, and then he's going to task somebody else to take care of that. Alright, let's go ahead and get to 125 X-ray, H4's TACAN. Transmit receive. Turn that on, 139 miles. So we have to call in within 30 miles of the airfield, so just going to hang out.
Sword 2-2, we're clear. Fence out.
Sword 2-2.
2 lead, checking out with Sentinel. Sentinel, Sword 2 is clear of target area and is RTB.
1, you are clear to RTB. Looking through clear.
Alright, picture is clean. I'm low-key upset that I still got one of my CBUs on here. I should have just dropped it. but I was kind of hoping that I didn't need it because it told me to escort those other guys out of here.
Feels good to finally be getting down to real work. The kayak really got its act together the last few days.
Yeah, at last. This is what I expected when I heard we were going to Syria.
Quite the target set we've started hitting. Radars, SAM sites, C2 sites, comm stations, airfields.
Yeah, when we start to dismantle an IAD, we really do it, don't we?
Well, by now we've gotten pretty experienced at it. Come a long way since Vietnam, and learned a lot of lessons along the way.
It's impressive how we roll the IADs back piece by piece. We'll have air superiority over Sierra within a day or two at this rate.
Well, I wouldn't go that far yet, Bug. Politics or geopolitics or something else is still holding us back.
How's that then? What do you mean?
Well, it's still a concern that we're only taking out the northern portion of Syria's air defenses. That's okay to a point, as it lets the JSTF carry out its mission, but it leaves a lot of capabilities still in the south. A lot of radars, mobile SAMs, and fighter aircraft are still in position down there. Plus, the Russians are still resupplying the Syrians with more modern equipment.
So, if at some point the Syrians decide to change the dynamic up north, they still can.
Exactly. Ideally, we want to go farther now and take the IADs apart all the way back down to the Jordanian border. I know the boss has been lobbying for it. Better to do it now before the Russians reinforce the Syrians anymore.
But the higher echelons say no.
You got it. This is where we suffer to politics. Strictly speaking, it's outside our approved mission, which is securing the no-fly zones. Going farther at this point might dramatically escalate things. And with the Russians in theater and determined to prop the Syrians up, well, who knows where things might end up then.
So we're being cautious. Let's just hope it doesn't come back to haunt us later.
Let's hope so. But we've got reason to be cautious. None of us is here to start a war with Russia.
A fair point. And if the rumors about Metro Indigo are correct, we may have already started poking the bear.
Well, from what I've heard, the Russians have denied having any personnel embedded at Syrian air defense sites. But it's not hard to imagine that they might have had intel specialists at Metro Indigo. Sure, they'd have been pretty interested in our activity.
Well, bad luck for them if they were there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I was a little later than I wanted to be on my time on station. I wanted to be there right at 12:24. I was about 30 seconds off. What I should have done while I did that orbit was... See, that's one thing that didn't make any sense to me. It told me my push time was 12:20, so I couldn't go until 12:20, and I went right at 12:20, and I was just a little bit off. There's no way I would have had enough fuel to fly as fast as I needed to. It was telling me I needed like 700 knots on ground speed to make it there right at 12:24. But the briefing did say I had to be there between 12:24 and 12:25, in between there. So I met the time in the briefing. I was there 30 seconds later than I wanted to, so 12:24:30, but still worked out pretty good. If you got a time on station that you have to meet, make sure you pull up that cruise page. Make sure you set your TOT on the steer point, and then pull up the cruise page, and then dauber over to where it says time on station, and that'll tell you when you're going to get there and your required ground speed.
Making contact with H4.
That's what I'm doing right now. Trying to.
Hotel 4 approach. Sword 2-1 inbound.
Sword 2-1, proceed to Hotel 4 airspace. Check in at flight level 140. Push to RAPCON arrival at 30-mile mark.
Flight level 140, Sword 2-1.
Alright, we're heading down.
Hotel 4 arrival, Sword 2-1 entering Hotel 4 airspace.
Sword 2-1 cleared for approach Alpha. Maintain flight level 140.
Approach Alpha 140.
Approach Alpha, flight level 140, Sword 2-1.
Approach Alpha, waypoint 12. So on your flight plans, on your knee boards that they got, they'll tell you which waypoint is on each approach. So waypoint 11 is Bravo, 12 is Alpha on this mission. I think that's the same for every mission. I just can never remember which one it is. So I always look at the kneeboard after it tells me which visual approach point to go to. It said Alpha, so I'm heading to waypoint 12.
Sword 2-1, cleared to enter pattern. Flight level 060.
6,000.
Flight level 060, Sword 2-1.
Sword 2-1, exit pattern and push the tower.
Sword 2-1. Hotel 4 Tower, Sword 2-1 requesting landing.
Sword 2-1 cleared for landing runway 10, winds 292 for 6 knots.
Runway 10, Sword 2-1.
Alright. So now I am on a left downwind for runway 10. This is 28. Gears coming.
Altitude. Altitude.
The winds get pretty gnarly in this campaign once you get close to the ground. So just be careful with that. Overshot my turn just a tad.
Sword 2-1, clear runway and proceed to spot 9.
Alright, that was a fun mission. I like that mission. I feel like I say that every single mission, that I like that mission, but I really do. These missions are fun. Alright, exiting here, spot 9. Mission complete. Another one in the books. Can't wait for the next one. Only got a few more left in this campaign. Hope you guys enjoyed this mission. No aircraft were harmed in the making of this video, except all of them. If you enjoy the flight, hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next sortie.